we would like to recognize the Cruikshank Piscataway people, the first residents of the land of the County District of Columbia. Please take a moment to silence so away all electronic devices. Unauthorized video and photography is prohibited. In case of emergency, please use one of the exit doors, which may be located behind you. Thank you.
What the devil? Was there a gate before? Strange. I must have dropped me cutlass. Where the devil was I? A ship! I was on a ship, the Cabot. We were scouting the coast off Block Island. It was a clear night though, none of this fog. The moon was almost full. I remember the moon. First sailor and I got into it, him claiming she was full, but I can always tell. One edge is just the slightest bit soft. What do you know, says he. You're just a dumb marine. I got eyes in my head and brains to boot, says I. And to prove it, I'll bet you my share of the spoils from the Battle of Nassau, says I. Well, there was no backing down from that one. And damned if the third mate didn't lend me his spyglass and prove me right. Ha! But if memory serves, I spied something else through that glass. A British ship. The HMS Glasgow. She pulled alongside and hailed for identification. And that same sailor, sore for the loss of his spoils, that same sailor hurls a grenade with no warning. And the Glasgow answers with cannons and the rest is... The rest is... foggy. Oh no. No, it's too soon. I've only just reached the world. I'm not ready for the next. I'm not ready for Tir Na Nog. I'm too young for eternal youth. That's just a fairy story. The land under the waves, a childish dream. Wake up, Private Kane. Wake up and report for duty. You're sleeping on post. You've done too much rum and you're in dereliction. Wake up before Captain Mullen himself kicks in the arse with his riding boot. No. No, it's not a dream. We went down. I must have washed ashore on a desert island. But if so, where's the rest of the crew? Surely I'm not the sole survivor. Hello? Any Marines out there? Any sailors? No one. Well then, who dressed me this way? And who dressed my wounds? I must be harmed somewhere. How long have I been here? Hello! Captain Robert Mullen. He's to blame for this with his viper and his drummer and his don't tread on me. There I was, a printer's apprentice minding my own business. And who wouldn't answer the call for a pint at Tun Tavern? It was supper time after all, and Tun had the best lager, and the fattest mutton, and the prettiest girls with the most teeth. And in the thick of it, Captain Mullen himself, the silver-tongued proprietor. Like any good innkeeper, he had a way of luring you in and serving you round after round with the girl on your arm, till next thing you know, you're on board the Cabot getting shot at by the redcoats. Captain Robert Mullen, he's to blame!
Name? Patrick King. Born in Ireland, have you? shall ask the door for all you ask. You two, step clear.
Yes, sir.
Clear to the enemy, board their ships on narrow planks. They swim.
No, sir.
Good. You have full all. Once you board, first fall it down. Can you handle a coward?
No, sir.
A blunderbuss?
What, sir?
A catalyst?
Yes, sir. Very good.
I will stand you kill that. What are you cheating to that? We're going to war with independence. Ah, get that back. Break that again. Attack again. Kill that.
Put your hands up.
Oh, take the blessed Virgin, I'm not the sole survivor!
Put them up or I'll shoot.
With what? I lost mine too.
Well, that's a court-martial offense. I best go find it.
Wait, we're on board the Cabot!
The what?
The Alfred Den, or perhaps the Providence, I don't recognize you.
I don't recognize you either. Why you dress like a priest? Preaching to the Seminole?
You're dressed the same as me.
So I am. What the hell's going on here? What's behind those gates? A Spanish mission?
Where exactly do you think you are?
Same place you are, deep in the heart of Seminole country.
What country?
Okay, so I'm supposed to believe that you're out here in the middle of a Florida swamp and you ain't never heard of no Seminole? I call it bullshit. You're hiding them in there, in your sanctuary. You're one of them goddamn Spanish priests.
Do I sound Spanish to you?
You sound foreign, and that's plenty. Well, I'm from Tennessee, and I say open says me.
You're from where?
Yeah, you heard me. I said open.
I can't. They're protected by some kind of atmospheric phenomenon. Frozen lightning, you might see. Come to think of it, Ben Franklin described something similar in Poor Richards.
Ben Franklin, you're a historian?
He's a best-selling author.
Well, I never read him.
His almanac's in every store.
And yet you ain't never heard of no Seminole, and no Tennessee, and no Marine Corps neither, I'm sure.
You're a Marine.
Damn straight. Corporal William S. Prescott IV, United States Marines.
Well, we have that in common. Private King, Continental Marines.
Bullshit. Continentals disbanded in 1783. That much history I do know. Now get out my way before I disband you.
I wouldn't do that.
Ah!
Mama?
Well, told me he's on the army. He's too young to go on the army.
It's Marines, Mom. The Army on boats.
Never get on a boat.
I've never seen the ocean either. Never seen nothing but these mountains. Piles of rock and nothing grows.
Neither of you.
When are you gonna die here? Yeah, I'll make a one we at sea living a year home this does. You and I have spoiled some ships you captured, Mom. City hat, promise. Thank you everything I made.
Sure it would. That would have been a mistake. I'll admit. The Lord don't sanction it. If the Lord don't sanction, though it's pretty alive.
God sentence and sneak up on fronts like ours and kill our women and children?
Did God make him on a boat?
No, found out later too.
So he's on an army.
It's the Marines, Mom. We got proud tradition like the press house.
Friday was before the fall.
The Yankees of Washington and Trenton and Princeton like Pop. Yeah, and they crossed the desert too. Raised the flag in Tripoli.
Where's that?
I don't know. Send a letter when I get it.
Ignorant, you
talking to?
The hell was that? Some kind of engine magic?
I told you. Frozen lightning.
Nothing frozen out here, least of all lightning. Yeah, we get lightning damn near every day. Don't make you see shit. That was some kind of engine trickery. I heard about it from a trapper. Some kind of cactus they eat and see dead people. Must have tipped their arrows in it.
One question. What year would you say it was?
1837. Any more dumb questions?
Yes. What's the last thing you remember?
Hunting Seminole. It's like hunting ghosts. You know, you reach the camp and the coals are still warm, but they're gone. Good luck finding them, too. Water seeps into everything down there. I mean, it feels footprints like wounds pussing over, leaving no trace, no scar. Even the dogs can't track them. They lead us in circles, chasing a thousand unholy smells. Anyone who says that caves are the bowels of the earth has never seen a man disemboweled. I'm talking a stinking, steaming, writhing mass of snakes, a swamp. Swamps are the bowels of the earth. Swamps are hell, and Seminoles are devils, not ghosts, devils. Unseen, silent, leering at you from behind a saw palmetto, laughing at you as mosquitoes and leeches eat you alive and malaria takes you until you're walking waist deep in a fever dream of your own filth. And when you finally collapse, well, there they are at last, standing over you, watching you die. And you realize, all this time, they've been hunting you.
Is that how you died?
Died hell, I'm right here, I'm the hunter.
Then where's your gun?
Enough horsing around. Now, you tell me what's going on here, or I'm going to beat it out of you.
I don't know, I just got here myself.
When did you get here?
April 6, 1776.
I said, when did you get here?
April 6!
Gus! Wait, put on your mask! Don't just stand there, will you?
I must have dropped mine.
Too late! It's everywhere! Run! Do you hear me? Run for your lives!
Hold your horses.
Are you mad? We'll be killed.
Killed by what?
By whatever was in that shell? Chlorine, probably. At least cover your mouths.
It's just swamp
It's just
gas.
fog.
It's just swamp gas. Stinks to high heaven, sure, but it won't kill you.
A little bit of fog never killed anyone who wasn't in a boat.
You're both stark, raving mad. Must be nerve gas.
No!
Oh!
No! Sir, the crucifix you're moving is over, sir. Sir, Bishop Cruz is not a gas mask, sir. Sir, Bishop Cruz believes that his gas mask that his squad made a full of him, sir. Sir, yes, sir.
Here we are, in the middle of a gas attack, and a crucifix doesn't have his gas mask. Is that right?
Sir, yes, sir.
What does that make you, recruit?
Sir, a shit mask, sir.
Makes you dead, shitbag.
Sir, yes, sir.
I feel you dead, shitbag.
Sir, not good, sir.
Are you ready to use my platoon dead, shitbag?
Sir, yes, sir.
Are you ready to use my Marine Corps dead, shitbag?
Sir, yes, sir.
Are you ready to use my country dead, shitbag?
Sir, yes, sir.
Run to the fucking gas! Why do I fucking think that I stutter? I said, run to the fucking gas!
Let go of me, you guys, both you lunatic!
Grab an arm, Private.
I broke.
Hey, calm down. You hear me? I said calm down.
We're dead. We're already dead.
Are you a Marine? I said, are you a Marine? Calm the fuck down and act like one. That's better. What's your name, Marine?
Savitsky. Private First Class Savitsky.
Well, I'm Corporal Prescott. This here is Private Kane. Tell me this, Savitsky. Did you see any Seminole out there?
What on earth is that? We're not sure. It's honored.
Don't worry about the gates. Answer my question. Did you see any Seminole?
Seminole? In France? Why are you barefoot? And why are there gates in the middle of a forest? This is bad. I'm hallucinating.
Hallucinating what now?
Seeing things that aren't there.
Thank you, Ben Franklin.
I heard rumors the Germans were working on a gas that would drive us mad and make us see things. But I never thought. Now where do I leave my notebook? Your notebook? Black, leather bound. About yay big. I keep notes in case I survive to study chemistry.
What are you, some kind of spy? Searcher? Notes on what?
Gas. What else? Did you know it comes in bottles with colored labels? I pressed a few between pages like flower petals. A white cross means tear gas. Xylobromide is one. It smells a little like drugstore candy. While ethyl bromacetate, that has a more fruity odor. You can survive those well enough, as we did during the fight for Hill 142. A green cross is worse. It means chlorine, which reacts with water in your lungs to form hydrochloric acid. There's plenty of that in Bellawood. Fortunately, it is green, so you can see it coming and put on your mask. A blue cross means mask breakers, like chloropicrin, which makes you tear off your mask and breathe in chlorine and whatever else the Germans are sending. Usually mustard gas. Mustard gas has a yellow cross, and it smells more like garlic than anything. I never learned the chemical formula. And now there's this, whatever this is.
What the hell are you jawing about? I done told you it's just swamp gas. It must have stuck you too.
Stuck me with what?
Over here with cactus bugs.
He thinks he's hunting Seminole in Florida.
In 1837?
Finally, a man who knows what year it is.
And what year do you think it is?
Last I checked the almanac, 1776.
Let me guess. You were at the raid of Nassau.
I was, and took my share of plunder, too.
What are you laughing at?
Don't you see? The raid of Nassau, Second Seminole War? Historic Marine Corps battles. We learned about them in boot camp. And now you're living them courtesy of the Germans. If only I could find my notebook.
What Germans got to do with it? Keep going on about Germans.
Plenty. Seeing we're at war with them?
We are. Since when?
Since 1917.
And you think we're in Germany?
Not yet, but we will be. Right now, we're in a forest near the River Marne in France. And these must be the gates of Belleau Abbey. Of course. They said in the briefing the forest had ruins. A Cistercian monastery, they said. So in my delusion, we're all monks in robes. But are the gates real or just an illusion?
They're not very pearly, are they?
More like wrought iron.
And they trigger visions.
Sir, yes, sir! Bill, is there something you want to tell me?
Did you all see that?
I saw something.
The gates must be electrified for defense. Combined with the gas, it augments hallucinations.
Electrified.
You really think you're from the 18th century now, don't you? Electrified? Like lightning?
I told you! Didn't I tell you about Franklin's study?
I still say we're in a swamp.
So where are the mosquitoes?
Huh?
If we're in a swamp, where are the mosquitoes?
He has a point.
Where are the gunshots then? if we're fighting the Germans, so where are the gunshots?
They probably called a temporary ceasefire to collect the dead and wounded.
See, now when the enemy gets quiet, I call that an ambush. They've been quiet for quite some time.
There's a simple explanation. There's a
Swore I heard something.
There's a simple explanation you're both overlooking.
Yeah, what's that?
We're all dead. We died in different battles. Me on board the Cabot, you in a Florida swamp, you in a forest in France.
And those are the
Pearly Gates.
No, that's just superstition. There's nothing after death. Wake up! Remember who you are before it's too late.
I'm Corporal William S. Prescott IV, United States Marine and engine hunter.
There's no Indians here.
There's no Indians here.
Jogo achado, Sigio, jogo achado.
What is that?
Quede, o jogo achado. Quede, o jogo achado. Tanto Chicago, o jogo.
Now! Bring him out!
How many times have to go through this? I'm not Japanese.
Never said anything about Japanese. You're a goddamn Seminole. You heard him, didn't you, speaking Seminole?
I heard something. Seminole? That's a new one. Usually it's Japanese.
Let me guess, you ain't in Florida neither.
Florida? I wish. I'd like to retire there someday.
You want to retire to a swamp? See, now I know you're a Seminole.
I'm not Seminole. I'm Dene. Or Navajo, as you white folks call us.
Bullshit. There ain't no Navajo for 1,000 miles of Seminole, and you was casting a spell to make us see shit.
Oh, you mean this? Hodgena Hasli. Hodgena Hasli. That reminds me when I was a boy. And the nuns used to hit us for speaking Dene. It's a prayer. It means in beauty I walk.
It's a spell you was casting to confound us. I'm about to break it or break you. Now, which will it be?
Corporal, are you sure he's Seminole?
And what was that about Japan? Last I heard, Japan is our ally. So who's been shooting at us all day?
What war do you think you're in?
World War II.
Well, you mean there's another one?
You fought in the first?
In the Great War, yes. The war to end all wars.
Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it didn't turn out that way.
I'm
What
confused.
the hell are you two jawing about?
He fought in the First World War, in the Battle of Bellewood, am I right?
How did you know about that?
It's famous. It's where we got the name Devil Dogs. The Germans used to call us that.
Yeah, who's we?
Marines. I'm Lance Corporal Hackley.
Sorry about that, Lance Corporal. I'm PFC Savitsky.
It's an honor, Devil Dog.
Devil Dog. That's good, I like it.
You've earned it.
You're a Marine.
Last I checked my dog tags. This is new.
I was at the Battle of Nassau.
And let me guess, you signed at Ton Tavern.
You've heard of it.
Every Marine has.
Private Kane.
And you are?
You'll have to forgive Corporal Prescott. He fought in the Second Seminole War.
Ah, of course. Forgot about that one. It was a minor engagement.
Minor? Hell, ain't nothing minor about guarding your frontier. And why aren't you surprised like the rest of us? You in the same boat with us.
The men in my family, they have dreams. They have for generations. The ancestors. They appear to us and give us things to pass on to the tribe. At first it was just the Navajo, but I guess the Marines are my tribe now.
Okay, so now it's your dream and you're the dreamer.
Or we're dreaming together at different times. I don't know how it works. Do you know?
All I know is one minute I'm crossing a stream in a swamp, and the next I'm here.
I remember a gas attack. I was running for a trench. I was charging to Glasgow.
I was in a foxhole with the radio.
All I know is one minute I'm crossing a stream in a swamp, and the next I'm here.
I remember a gas attack. I was running for a trench. I was charging to Glasgow.
To the foxhole with the radio.
All I know is 1 minute I'm crossing a stream in a swamp, and the next I'm
I
here.
remember a gas attack. I was running for a trench.
I was charging to
To the
Glasgow!
foxhole with the radio.
What's a radio?
It's a box. It lets you talk to people far away.
Really? How?
Frozen lightning.
So let me get this straight. I'm supposed to believe that the Marines are letting engines enlist now?
They needed us for a special program, but I can't talk about it. It's classified.
It's more bullshit.
Why is everything bullshit to you?
And what have you got against Indians?
How do I don't trust them, all right? I mean, yeah, we had Creek Scouts, sure, but we didn't put leather collars on them and call them leathernecks. How would you understand if you're from a different time?
You mean a time after you killed most of us and herded the rest onto reservations?
I mean a time after we won the war, what you started.
We started? You invaded our land!
It's not wrong, Corporal.
Well, back me up, Kane. You're old enough to remember. The whole villages on the frontier, wiped out, gone, men, women, children slaughtered.
I mean, I heard stories, of course. But back home in Ireland, it was the English who burned villages.
So you fought the English. See, the English at least are civilized. We're talking about savages.
Whatever else he is, he's a Marine. And that makes him one of us.
Not on my watch.
Corporal Prescott, we should stick together. Corporal!
Greenway, that was no man's land. You'll sever the mind or fall in the trencher. Run into Fritz.
It's a strange dream. I don't know what to make of it. Too bad there's no medicine man in my platoon. I'm sure he could have told me what this means. There must be a key.
Well, I'm dead. Ain't that a bitch? Dead and standing at the pearly gates, like some tired-ass cartoon in Leatherneck magazine. At least I went down fighting like a devil dog. Not fragging some whorehouse like Sergeant Stevens. I hate for Mama to read a report like that. Not saying that Stevens' mom ever read it. No, I'm sure they had old Stevens dying in a pitch battle. With his flagpole in his hand. Shot through the heart just as he was about to raise that flag over Madam Lin's in Da Nang. So what now? I don't see no welcoming committee. Is St. Peter working overtime on account of Vietnam? Am I supposed to just wait here until hell freezes over? Until my orders come in like some kind of holding company? Sergeant Crawford reporting for duty. I served my country, and I only killed who they told me to kill like a good Christian. I got a clean service record, somewhere down there in the mud. My medical record's a 3-letter word, K-I-A! I'm sure as hell I guarded no fence line. Do you hear me? I'm no buck private, and I'm sure as hell not guarding the gates of heaven. I'm a recon Marine! So you can drop me back in hell, and I'll send up a flare every time the devil wipes his ass! Hello? Hello, do you hear me? Hello?
Well, what have we got here? A runaway slave.
The fuck? The fuck you just called me white boy? You just called me a slave? Hey, y'all seen this? Did you send this white devil down here to torment me? Say it again. Call me a slave again.
Oh, you know what you are. You're a black Seminole.
A black Seminole? How is that even an insult?
I mean, you run away and join the Indians. They warned us about your kind down here.
And what kind is that?
Runaway slave.
Now, listen here, Cracker. I was born free and I died free, and I damn sure intend to spend this afterlife free.
But you're saying you're free.
Yeah.
Show me your papers.
My papers? My papers are the U.S. Constitution. There ain't been no slaves since 1867. What cave are you living in? Oh, wait, I get it. You've been stuck out here since the 1800s, ain't that right? That's because slavers don't get into heaven. My whole life, I've been dreaming of meeting one of you in person. So tell me, how many of my people did you own? How many?
I never owned any slaves.
Oh, why not? You sound like a southern boy.
Too poor.
But you would if you could have. Isn't that right? And you just hunt them down and send them back.
All right, round two. I'm just doing my duty.
What duty?
And I'll show you. As a Marine!
You're a Marine? Man, you telling me Marines did that shit? And when?
The Second Seminole War. Corporal Prescott.
Sergeant Crawford. Force Recon.
So, you say you're a Marine and a sergeant to boot? See, now I know you're lying.
Tell me I'm not a Marine. Tell me I'm not a Marine!
I'm my Marine Corps.
Oh, is that right? You ever heard of John Martin? He went down with his ship in 1777. An escaped slave who served under Captain Miles Pennington. Was he in your Marine Corps?
I never heard of him.
You ain't been dead that long.
He's dead? I'm hunting Seminole in Florida.
Florida? And look around you, motherfucker. Does this look like Florida to you? And where are the palm trees and the tiki bars and the surfer girls in bikinis?
What?
We're dead. These are the pearly gates. It's not exactly how I pictured it. And nothing's how I pictured it. Not heaven, not even Vietnam. I was hunting too. I was hunting Viet Cong. See, after an ambush, they would swim through a tunnel in the river. Somebody had to fish them out and blow up that tunnel. And nobody else wanted to do it. But I was the big, the bad, the dark green Marine, not afraid of nothing. Who would want to put a tank on and swim through a tunnel full of water so cloudy you can't see 10 feet in front of you? Oh, and with a bag full of dynamite, too. That might have its own ideas about when to explode. I took my K-bar in case I had company. And damn if I didn't run smack into Charlie. My brother back in Oakland could never understand why I wanted to fight the Viet Cong. So what have they done to you compared to what the white man done to you? Well, what did Joe Frazier ever do to Muhammad Ali? When you're a fighter, you don't ask questions like that. You get in the ring and you fight. You fight, and I fought. I stabbed him in the ribs. I spit out my regulator and I tore out his throat with my teeth. Something must have happened. Because when I bit down on the mouthpiece again, the valve was stuck. I tried swimming back. I was out of breath by that point, and the sand was all stirred up. There damn sure wasn't no light at the end of that tunnel.
You have instructions. Tell them how to do self-care. Show me your instructions. Show them why. So you can share them. Exactly. So I can share those instructions. I don't learn how to do self-care. I'm for my country. It's the right thing to do. The fight is here. Your country is here. Your army is here. You make a lot of things. Don't you literally fuck up and listen to me? Vietnam is a well-oiled machine to kill disproportionate numbers of black men. All you have to do is follow the instructions. You should stay clear of the Panther series. You're gonna end up in jail. I'd rather be in jail than people. Then, in a white man's war, a white man's war that doesn't respect you. When you treat me like legal, there's no black and white with that. Just shake his green. Oh. And since when is that? Since they eat more box and fever and shit? That's when shit is. See how different you see things when you're seeing here. So you're right. What's up, man? Might even say you a little something. Hey, but no legal. But let's get back on the boat. How? I don't want to be burnt. Where? Nothing in me. So long. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just have to watch it.
What the hell was that?
lightning?
Frozen lightning. And what do you call a gun? A thunder stick? Man, that shit is electrified. You are one ignorant cracker. Hey, are there more of you out there? More of those Seminole winters? What about Marines? There's gotta be more Marines. I asked you a question, Corporal.
There's 3 others.
There's 3 other sergeants.
There's 3 others, Sergeant.
Okay. We'll sound off a roll call then. Who are they?
There's Private Kane. Says he fought in the Revolutionary War. PFC Savitsky thinks he's been gassed.
In World War I, let me guess.
You heard of it?
Of course I've heard of it. Who else?
There's Lance Corporal Hathaway, Navajo. He was on some kind of secret mission in World War II,
But you're suspicious because he's a Navajo.
among other things.
By any chance, did he mention Iwo Jima?
You heard of that too?
Everybody's heard of Iwo Jima. We raised the flag there on Mount Suribachi. Probably the most famous photo of all time.
Photo?
You know, like a picture.
Oh, like drawn?
You really are from the Dark Ages, aren't you?
Where are you from?
1967, Vietnam.
Vietnam, never heard of it.
You ever heard of Hanoi? Hue? Da Nang?
You talking about French Indochina?
Yeah.
I got some buddies in the Royal Marines that served over there. What were you doing over there?
It's a good question. But the real question, Corporal, is why are there junior Marines in the field with no leadership?
They run off.
So then our mission, Corporal, is to split up and find them. All right, the gates are the rallying point. We meet back here in an hour, rain or shine. Any questions?
Well, how do we tell an hour? I mean, the moon don't move here.
Don't it? Well, we just go with what feels like an hour.
Well, it feels like an hour since I got here. You're saying it's when?
It's 1967. Look, just come back when you find something. You dig?
Aye, Sergeant. Dig what?
Okay. It's okay. It's okay. You're gonna be okay. You're a WM? What the fuck?
Marine! Where the fuck did she go?
Ah!
It's okay!
John!
Hey, you okay?
Ah!
I didn't see any wounds. You just got the wind knocked out.
You're lying to me! My legs are gone! I thought the little girl I was talking to, where is she?
There was no little girl. Your legs are fine.
Don't lie to me! I can handle the truth! I'm a fucking Marine!
I'm not lying.
Ah!
Look at them. Look at them. Turn. What the hell is going on here? Hey, Marine! Marine! Hello? Oh. There are no bodies here. Safe for the time being. Just don't leave.
Where would I go with no legs?
You have legs. And you keep going. They're right there.
Oh my God! I've got legs!
What's your name?
Larkin?
I mean your first name.
God! None of your damn business.
I'm just surprised to see a WM in a combat zone. I'm a corpsman. HM3 Elliot. You can call me Doc.
Lance Corporal Larkin.
What are you doing in a combat zone?
Wasn't supposed to be in combat. It was supposed to be a routine evacuation.
That was days ago. It's been non-stop fighting since.
I thought the war was over.
Huh. You may have head trauma. Look straight ahead. Let me check for a concussion.
Oh my God.
You seem all right. How many fingers am I holding up?
3, 2. Fuck you.
Well, you haven't lost your sense of humor. Where are you from?
Where are you from? What's your name? Do you come here often?
I'm just checking to make sure your head's okay.
Whew. Yeah, my head is fine. I didn't need the CPR either. Where are we? Is this Abbey Gate? I thought they blew it up.
Never heard of Abbey Gate. Maybe it's a mosque. Who blew it up? Was there an IED?
Yeah, didn't you hear the warnings? It's been on high alert for days.
Oh, sure, but we're in a battle. Of course we're on high alert.
Cover me.
What?
All clear. Oh, fuck it, Navy. This isn't a game of Battleship. Come on!
You sound hopeless.
I mean, it is awfully quiet for a battle.
Just keep your head down.
Well, yeah, I don't need a squid to mansplain cover.
Okay, jarhead. I'm just saying, there's snipers everywhere.
Snipers! I heard Taliban was shooting people outside, but I didn't know there were snipers.
The Taliban's here too?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Well, I think we're okay.
A Marine in my company got hit. Gunny went after him and he got hit too. Then I went after them.
Then what happened?
I don't remember. Huh.
Are you sure your head's okay? How many fingers am I holding up? Seriously though, you ran right into the line of fire. Take balls.
I remember a sucking chest wound. One of them had, or am I thinking of the goat?
What?
A sucking chest wound where a hole in the chest wall makes the lung collapse.
Yeah, squid. I know what a sucking chest wound is. I meant, what, goat?
They give you a goat in A school. You never heard that story?
Yeah, I've never even heard of A school.
That's where they train Navy corpsmen. They give you a goat, and they make you name it. I called mine Billy.
Not very original, I know, but what can I say? He was a villain. Always scrounging about, always eating my MREs. Always charging head first into things. Like a jarhead. Hey, oh. I think that's why they chose goats for live tissue training. Marines, they'll charge head first into things. And Navy corpsmen drag them out and patch them up. The trainers, they shot him in the chest with a 9mm, and they cut off his leg with a tree trimmer. By the time I got him to the helo, I sealed the chest wound with the wrapper from a half-eaten MRE, and was taking off my belt for a tourniquet when he flatlined.
That is the most fucked up thing I ever heard.
Well, it's harder to carry a man than a goat, especially when they're shooting at you. Huh.
What?
I remember getting shot.
Oh, no, that's transference. You treated someone who was shot, so you imagined you were shot.
I know what transference is. It's a pretty big word for a jarhead.
For your information, Squid, I was trained in battlefield trauma. I'm head of the female engagement team.
Why did they bring you here? All the women and children already evacuated.
Yeah, the ones that could afford to did. The rest are still here, trying to get out.
That's terrible. The whole town's a landmine.
Yeah, tell me about it. The other day, I saw a whole bunch of them break through the gates and bum rush the tarmac. About a dozen men climbed on the wheel guard of a C-17 and smiled and waved as it took off. There were Afghanis falling from the sky. What did they think was going to happen?
Christ, I never heard that story. What about the IED?
There was word of a credible threat. Suicide bombing, probably a vehicle, but I didn't care. I was focused on women and children. I was trying to calm a little girl. I asked her name. Then there was a flash. I don't know what happened. It was at a gate like this one, Abbey Gate, except we were on the inside looking out. And instead of 2 people, it was more like 2,000.
I told you, there are snipers everywhere!
Yeah, I don't care. Women and children are dying back there. You're a corpsman, you can help them. Come on!
I didn't see anyone else out there. Just you.
Wake up, Doc. This is no time for PTSD. Look, people are dying back there. Take me back to Abbey Gate.
I don't know the way.
Take me back to Abbey Gate.
I've never heard of it.
Fine. I'll go alone.
Larkin! Wait.
Whoa! Oh, thank God, a fellow Marine. Can you take me to Abbey Gate?
I don't know about Abbey Gate, but the Pearly Gate's right behind you.
Yeah, very funny. All right, what unit are you with? Did they finally send reinforcements?
Different units, but now we're part of the same holding company. Ain't that right, Devil Dogs?
Aye, Sergeant.
All right, cut out the bullshit. I need to get back to the embassy.
What embassy?
What embassy? The only U.S. embassy in Afghanistan.
But we're in Iraq. She suffered head trauma. Is this sector clear? I haven't heard gunshots in a while.
Look, he's the one who needs to get his head examined. Tell him where we are. Kabul!
Fallujah!
Kabul!
Fallujah!
All right! You're both right and you're both wrong.
What is that supposed to mean?
You were in Kabul. And what's that other one?
Fallujah.
The Battle of Fallujah was like 20 years ago.
Where are we now?
We're in no man's land.
The DMZ.
Spirit world.
Look, we're all Marines who died in battle. And it's Corporal Hadley, Zig, Benicia, Zach, and Iwo Jima, Private Savitsky, found the gas chamber in Belarus.
And Sergeant Crocker forgot how to swim in, where was it again?
Vietnam. Let's just say I ran out of air.
How did you die?
Is this a dream?
I thought so too at first.
It was a suicide bombing. The war was over, just a routine evacuation, and then everything went wrong. But the civilians, why aren't they here?
Not sure. This gate seems to be for Marines, and not all Marines.
I'm not a Marine. I'm a Navy corpsman.
Well, that's close enough for government work. If you were with us on patrol with your blister pads and foot powder, and when we caught the clap, you punched our boys. Welcome, Doc.
How did you die, Doc?
It was the second battle of Fallujah, the bloodiest battle since Vietnam. He was trying to save a Marine who was hit by a sniper.
Looky what we found! Buried treasure, only they forgot to bury it! They didn't remember to lock it, though.
These two are old Corps, and I do mean old.
They're letting women in now, too?
Yeah, a woman Marine. You got a problem with that?
And that's Corporal Prescott. He makes friends wherever he goes.
I'm Private Kane, and I must say, if all the women Marine are as handsome as you are, it's a shame we made them wait so long to join.
Oh! Hey! Kane's about 300 years old. Just go easy on him.
Wait. You are a Continental Marine?
Yes, Mom.
Handsome yourself.
And everybody, this is Elliot. He's a Navy corpsman. If anybody gets a burning sensation, he's your man.
What about this here trunk? I mean, it weighs a ton. It's got some kind of newfangled lock with numbers on it.
A combination lock?
Well, you tell me, future boy.
Well, bring it over so we can look at it. Hathaway, Savitsky, let's go. Double time.
Well, it's a foot locker. I had one like this in boot camp.
Where?
Too. Brings back memories. What's in this thing?
Treasure! What else? Everyone gets an equal share. Love the sea.
I don't think it's treasure. It's something heavier. Maybe it's the key to open the gate.
There's a name on the front. The Tilming Young. Does anyone know a Tilming Young?
No.
Whoever he is, he probably knows the combination.
Can't we just try them all?
Well, it's a 4-digit code. So that's 10 to the power of 4 or 10,000 combinations.
You almost got a hot date tonight, huh, Savitsky?
You know, if I had my pistol, I'd shoot it off. There must be a rock somewhere out there.
That won't work. It's too solid. Doc, have you got a stethoscope? Doc.
Huh?
A stethoscope. I could hear the tumblers better.
I left my bag down there.
Yeah. I left my notebook, too.
How are you all so comfortable with this?
Comfortable with what?
The fact that we're dead.
I wouldn't say that we're comfortable, we're just acclimatized.
Corporal Prescott still thinks he's in Florida.
Doing what?
We're hunting Seminole. What else?
Wait, you mean in the Second Seminole War?
That's right. You heard of it?
Yeah. I read a book once. Imagine that. And you fought in the Revolutionary War?
The Battle of Nassau.
It's more of a raid, but okay. Savitsky, you fought in World War I,
Correct.
World War II, Vietnam, Iraq, Afghanistan.
What are you now, the narrator?
My point is someone is MIA.
Beg your pardon.
MIA, missing in action.
Who?
Well, think back. What was the greatest chapter in Marine Corps history after World War II?
Oh, shit, she's right. Korea.
Yeah, the Frozen Chosen.
So you think Tillman Young is
Died in Korea,
and is out there somewhere?
hiding.
Hiding from what?
Maybe he thinks we're the enemy. You did.
Maybe he knows something we don't.
Well, either way, if we find him, we find the combination.
Well, it's a hell of a lot better than watching Savitsky's lips move. Platoon, form up. You too, Prescott, let's go. At ease, Marines. Here's a sit rep. A fellow devil dog is missing. Name, Tillman Young. Rank, unknown. Our mission is to find him, bring him back, and open this box. Is that clear?
Yes, Sergeant.
Is that clear, Corporal Prescott?
Yes, Sergeant.
Any questions? Go ahead.
What if he doesn't want to be found?
Then we f him anyway. Corporal.
Yeah, what if he resists?
Then we'll reason with him. Force isn't authorized. Savitsky!
What if none of this is real?
Then neither are we. Enough questions. Corporal, you're gonna lead Kane and Savitsky that way in search party 1. Larkin, Hathaway, you'll follow me this way in search party 2. Doc, you're gonna stay within earshot in case we need medical. Is everybody clear?
Yes, Sergeant.
Platoon, dismissed. Corporal, march us out.
Aye, Sergeant. All right, knuckleheads. Form up. Fire Team Alpha, attention!
Fire Team Bravo, attention!
Forward, march, and left, right, column right, march, left, right, and left, right,
Left, right, left foot, right.
left, right, left, right,
Left, right, left foot, right.
mark time, march,
Right, face.
All right, now sound off for Mama. If I die in a combat zone,
If I die in a combat zone,
box me up and ship me home.
box me up and ship me home.
Pin my medals upon my chest.
Pin my medals upon my chest.
Tell my mama that I did my best.
And tell my mama that I did my best. When I get to heaven, when I get to heaven, Peter's gonna say, St. Peter's gonna say, how'd you make your living, boy? How'd you make your living, boy? How'd you make your pay? How'd you make your pay? And I reply with a whole lot of anger. And I reply with a whole lot of anger. I lived a life of a recon ranger. Blood and guts and a whole lot of danger. Blood and guts and a whole lot of danger.
In the heat of the jungle.
In the heat of the jungle.
In the still of the night.
In the still of the night.
There's a U.S. Marine.
There's a U.S. Marine.
And he's looking for a fight.
And he's looking for a fight.
Somewhere there's a mother.
Somewhere there's a mother.
our son.
He's gone off to war.
He's gone off to war.
And he's never coming home.
And he's never coming home.
Don't cry, you no tears.
Don't cry, no tears.
He don't need no sympathy.
He don't need no sympathy.
He's a U.S. Marine.
He's a U.S. Marine.
That's all he'll ever be.
That's all he'll ever be.
Someday the man in blue.
Someday the man in blue
Came knocking on his door.
came knocking on her door.
Said, I'm sorry, sir.
Said, I'm sorry, ma'am.
Your son was killed in the war.
Your son was killed in the war.
Don't cry, no tears.
Don't cry, no tears.
He don't need no sympathy.
He don't need no sympathy.
He's a U.S. Marine.
He's a U.S. Marine.
That's all he'll ever be.
That's all he'll ever be.
Platoon, halt! Freeze head, up! Order, up! Left, face! Forward, march, and head! Right, elephant, right! Tillman, young!
Fucking jarheads.
Tillman Young? Hey, watch out, there's...
Who are you?
I'm Lance Corporal Larkin, U.S. Marine Corps.
Are you
Tillman Young?
What is this?
We just want to know your name. I'm PFC Savitsky.
Tillman Young, Lieutenant, service number 063044, date of birth 21 March 1928.
We found him.
Hey, we found him!
Carve it up! You're in good hands, sir.
Tillman, I'm Ben Elliott, Navy Corpsman.
He's an officer.
Oh, sorry, sir. How are you feeling, sir?
What is this? What's going on here?
Sir, this is gonna sound crazy, but we're all Marines who fought in different wars, and we're all...
Dead. We're all dead.
How do you know my name?
We found your footlocker, sir.
Well, we found it. Is there treasure in there?
Do you know the combination?
Tillman Young, Lieutenant, service number 063044, date of birth 21 March 1928. You gotta say sir now?
Sir, we were all disoriented when we got here. It's normal.
What's the last thing you remember?
Tillman Young, Lieutenant, service number 063044, date of birth 21 March 1928.
Sir, you can talk to us. We're not the enemy.
You're in my head now, too? Well, you're not getting in here!
What's in there?
Everything you're trying to get out of my head. I locked it for a reason.
Sir, who do you think we are?
Tillman Young, Lieutenant, service number 063044, date of birth 21 March 1928. Did you get it this time? Because I'm sick of repeating myself.
The ghosts of Marine Corps, past and future. That's rich. A regular Christmas carol. Only I hear the steno clacking as I talk. You forgot that little detail, didn't you? I hear your stenographer. I know what's going on here. You're not Marines. We're not in heaven. You Soviet spooks in lab coats. With a hypodermic needle and a hypnotist. The gates are a one-way mirror. St. Peter is somewhere back there with a clipboard, taking notes. So here, for the final time, is my confession to St. Peter at the pearly gates. Tillman Young, Lieutenant, service number 063044, date of birth 21 March 1928.
Like I said, he was taken prisoner.
By the Soviets?
By the North Koreans and transferred to the Soviets. They warned us that might happen in Nam.
Were you tortured, sir?
Was I tortured? You asked me that?
Sir, we're just trying to get through the gate. The Foot Locker might be the key.
And you're all Marines.
I'm a Navy corpsman.
Attention! All right, Marines. Tell me this. What's the Marine Corps birthday?
That's an easy one. 10th November, 1775. I've seen the order with my own eyes, sir.
A harder one, then. Who was the first American to raise a flag on foreign soil? That would be Lieutenant Presley O'Bannon, the Battle of Derna. My pop told me that story. Where did we earn the name Devil Dog?
Battle of Bellawood. I was there,
You were there?
but I only heard about it later.
When was the flag raised on Mount Suribachi?
February 19th, 1945.
Was it? I died a day before. Would have liked to see that.
You died on Iwo Jima.
Yes, sir.
At ease. And you're supposed to be, what, a Navajo?
How did you know, sir?
Wait, are you a Navajo code talker?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You are! You're a Navajo code talker.
What the hell's a Navajo code talker?
They made an unbreakable code out of Navajo language and used it to call in our airstrikes. They were like our secret weapon against the Japanese.
I've never heard of that.
It wasn't declassified yet.
So that's what you're after?
You know about it too?
Tillman Young, Lieutenant, service number 063044, date of birth 21 March 1928.
Tell him how it works. Then he'll know you're for real.
Are you sure it's declassified?
Yes, I'm sure. I read that book too.
For each letter, we chose 3 English words that started with that letter. And we translated those words into Navajo. So, for example, K is Ba'anitintinin, which means key. Thought it was a bit long, but there was also Kirin Kettle, Kliziyazi, and Adholoni. L was Dibiyazi, lamb, as in they led us like lambs to the slaughter.
saved a lot of Marines with that code.
I hope so.
First stop was Swan. Bean camp, we called it. March took 5 days, but it felt like one day, because we never stopped to sleep. Could sleep on your feet if you were careful. That could go wrong in the snow. I remember there was a kid from Florida who never seen snow, and that was all he saw, and the last thing he saw. Hypothermia set in. Lucky for him, because he thought he was home when they shot him. At some point they must have decided they were losing too many prisoners, or too many bullets, and they let us build a bonfire. And I learned snow melts faster when you add water. There were beans to eat at bean camp, and mines to work. I didn't mind the work much. Interrogation was harder. They got sick of the same answer after a while, so they called in the experts who put me on a plane to the Soviet Union. Camps there were worse because they'd had time to make them better. It was a perfect system. No cracks to slip through, no loopholes to hide in. They had studied the human animal for 30 years and knew the exact melting point of human flesh and how to keep things just a few degrees cooler for days at a time. They didn't like my answers either. So one day they added water.
What was that?
Things we carry.
Put the lock back on and forget the combination.
We can't forget. We can never forget. We can leave it behind us.
Go where?
The gates!
They're gone. Most of the beaches on Iwo Jima were black sand. But one was red, like the sand back home. When I saw that, I knew I would die there. It was a scary thought, but scary to think what would happen if I made a mistake. One wrong coordinate and the bombs and the shells might drop on Marines. We transmitted numbers day and night in our Navajo code until we could barely speak at all. We couldn't just sit still either, because the Japanese would home in on our radio signals and call in mortar fire. That meant running out into the open and into the machine guns. When we got scared, we said our fathers. When we got really scared, we said a traditional Navajo prayer. Walking beauty.
How does it go?
In beauty I walk. Shishiji Ojongo Nashada. With beauty before me I walk. Chike de Ojongo Nashada. With beauty behind me I walk. Shidegi Ojongo Nashada. With beauty above me I walk. Ta'al Soshinago, Hojongo Nashadam, with beauty around me I walk. Hojo Nahasli, it has become beauty again. Hojo Nahasli, it has become beauty again. Hojo Nahasli, it has become beauty again.
What do we do now?
Now we walk.